Now, losing your virginity, it's an interesting point because you did it in a very unique way. Can you tell us how it happened? And do you think that affected you and your future relationship with women or not?
A unique way. That's one way to put it. Yeah, losing your virginity at 13 to a Mexican hooker is probably not the most traditional path. I don't know. I think it's different for guys and girls. For guys, they just kind of want to get it out of the way and learn. And this was back before, we had the internet to teach us everything, and you could watch Pornhub or whatever. I mean, when I fucked that girl, I hadn't even seen a vagina before. Like, I didn't even know where it was. Like, I was just like, so you have to understand it's just very different for kids nowadays. I mean, you can literally watch people having sex, at 6 years old. You could, go on the fucking internet and type in sex and it'll come up, and back then we just didn't have any of that. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think the first time people have sex is usually that great. It's more of a learning experience. So for me, I was just trying to get as much knowledge as possible as soon as possible. So I don't know. I mean, yeah.
How old are you, Dan?
I'm 41.
41. So yeah, I'm 51, but people don't know back in the day, like there was no access, and I remember
None.
We had a college student that used to live with us, and we'd give him free room, and then they'd have to drive us around and all this. My mom did this as a single mom to like save on money. And at one point I went to him and he literally had to draw out the female anatomy because I was like, what the hell is going on down here? Like, I got no idea. There's no internet. There's no resources. There's no porn. He literally had to draw it for me because I didn't know what was going on. So like you said, back in the day, there was a real lack of information. I don't know what's better then or now. I don't know what's worse. But
it's tough, man. It's a toss up. Now you have so much information and so much access and so much stimulus that I feel like it gives people anxiety. They get so much stimulus on their phone that then when they're not on their phone, it's hard for anything to replicate that level of just boom, 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 which is why I think TikTok is so addictive, is because, the algorithm, it knows what you want and then it shows it to you, and it shows it to you in these snippets that are just designed to capture your attention immediately. And you kind of see it now when people watch movies, right? It's like, a movie, the good dramas, used to have a very slow build up and you get to know the characters and whatever. And now it's kind of like, if you don't hook the audience soon, they're going to be on their phone or they're going to be zoned out or whatever. And so it's just different. I think it's given people a lot shorter attention span. But at the same time, you learn a lot more and you figure shit out a lot faster. And, you've got a lot more access to information because of that. You build on that information, and you learn more and you figure things out faster. So I don't know. I mean, I think there's a benefit to having, good old conversations where people just look each other in the eye and shake hands and talk and things are normal, as opposed to now where you're texting 50 different people and you're ghosting this chick because that's going to be effective, and you're communicating on Snap and Instagram. It's like you got 70 different messages going, 50 different people, and it's this whole thing. And it's just so radically different, and I don't know. I don't know what's better. It's, it's kind of like, I guess in the next 20, 30 years, we'll see the net effect of a lot of these things. And then we'll know, I mean, I know that when I was a kid, things were a lot simpler. When I say a kid, when I was, 18, 19 years old, you were just less distracted. You were more in the moment. And that was nice, but you were a lot more ignorant. You were less connected to people. So it's just a different world, man.
Yeah.
Very different world. I think we're like of the few generations that actually experienced both, right? Because, if anybody much younger than me kind of probably grew up with the internet, like the internet kind of hit when I was 20 years old. So before that, it just wasn't even a thing. I mean, there was no smartphones, there was no internet, there was just no way to, get this information. I remember, wanting to do steroids and just having no fucking idea how to do it. I didn't know where to shoot it. I, ended up having some fucking, guy in a Mexican veterinary pharmacy smacked me in the ass and jabbed me with a fucking harpoon needle. And, and just, you had no idea, man. And now it's like you could just watch YouTube videos on literally anything. So
Yeah, no, you're right. Like you and I have seen before and after, and the thing is, you can't put the genie back in the bottle, so no one will ever know. But there was a world before. Maybe it was simpler. I don't know. But also, like you said, there was a real lack of information. And again, I would have never learned about a Goggins or a Bilzerian when I was a kid. All I got was what was on TV, at the movies, or what was in a library. So yeah, again, in some ways, I couldn't expand my mind. So yeah, you can
But
kind
the
of.
flip side to that is now you have every dickhead and their mother trying to get famous, doing crazy shit, risking their lives, doing all this stupid stuff for Instagram. It's hard to really like enjoy the moment because everybody's fucking filming all the time. It's like,
Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.
Yeah.
instead of enjoying an experience, everybody wants to capture the experience. And so I think, that's definitely a negative, I would say.
Yeah. You sounded like a
And also your lack of privacy. Like I have no privacy. Like people are filming me all the time. Like if I go out, it's like you're like a fucking zoo animal. You know what I mean? People are just like filming you without consent, whatever. And so I think it's even more isolating for people that are, famous. It's just, everything they do is documented. So and now it's like, a lot of these guys, they fuck up one time and it's like, boom, they're canceled. So
yeah.
it's a little bit different, and I think there was more mystique with celebrity before. And it was different as well. Like these actors, if they don't have social media and they're not posting, they don't do a movie, people just forget about them.
Yeah.
That's another thing is like you stay famous a lot longer now because of social media. Look, I've been famous for like 10 fucking years. Like that wasn't really a thing before. Like usually big actors would have a 5-year run and then, they kind of like stop doing movies or they'd want privacy or whatever. And then you wouldn't really hear that much about them. Like you'd remember their name, but like you wouldn't think about them. But now with social media, you're just like, look, I took 3 years off. I don't give a fuck about it. And I came back and it was just like, I'm getting more, views now than ever, and it's like, so just, you can't just turn it off either. That's another thing. But yeah, it's totally different fucking game now. Everybody's, now because fame is accessible for people, like you got that cash me outside chick that, says one stupid thing on a fucking TV show, and now she's making $2 million a month on OnlyFans, and she's got a whole fucking career, and now she's all of a sudden a rapper. It's like just off of one thing, so it's like everybody's kind of like looking for that breakthrough moment. And I feel like there's a newfound obsession with fame because now it's accessible for almost anybody and people see that. So I think there's a lot more people that are trying to be famous or that value fame or whatever, much more so, I think, than when we were kids. I never thought I was going to be famous. You probably never thought, anybody would know who the fuck you were, right? Like it was just either you're a movie star or a rock star, people don't know you. That was how it was, and now it's very different.